Welcome back to Guy Fails to Fix a Tiburon round 47. Actually, this is video number 2 in this series, so check out video number 1 up here if you missed it. But today, we're going to be fixing some things, hopefully, and this will come as a surprise to you, but I'm actually going to get something done today, hopefully. And I have a surprise for you as well. Take a look at this. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Amazon exhaust for the Tiburon. Silencers are intact there for now, but she's gonna be darn cool when she's done, hopefully. There's a bit of a laundry list of things to fix, but I'm gonna show you the exhaust first. I need to move the car onto some more stable ground because I don't want to die working in the dirt. Thank you for your suggestion last time, by the way, person who said that. I agree, dirt is not a good place to jack up a car. 3 issues that this car has: alternator toast. I have a new one in the back. We got to get the old one out and then fix it. Second one, wiring is not good on one of the cylinders due to a mouse or something eating it, and I need to fix that. I have a feeling it's running on 3 cylinders right now, and that's just unfortunate. And number 3, this car is not loud enough, so exhaust. Those are the 3 things for today. Will I finish all 3? Maybe. We'll see. Okay, let's get to it. And now that I've got it good and hot, we'll see how it goes. I put the car on the stones here for a reason. I'm hopeful that that helps with things. I actually don't need keys for this. There we go. So the reason why I even went for an exhaust in the first place is because, yeah, it's hot, darn. Well, that's okay. I'll just have to work around it. But one of the alternator bolts just will not come out, and it is very, very difficult. Let me see if I can get a view on it. Hello, sir. The bane of my existence is right there. I dislike this thing with a very severe intensity, and now it's got to come out. But this exhaust is kind of in the way, so I figured if I'm taking off everything but the cat in the exhaust to get this one bolt out of the alternator, why not just replace it? So that's what I'm going to do. Let's bust off the exhaust stuff. The check engine light just went on. Good sign, good sign. Well, I think I know why it's on. It's on because of the wiring. It's having a misfire, no doubt. Anyway, I should probably show you that actually. Here, take a look. Get a load of this. Yuck. Yuck. That needs to be fixed really bad. I think we're down to 3, and that's why. Maybe it's just my inexperience, but I have so much trouble getting good camera angles. It is interesting. It is difficult to get good camera angles. Give those creators who manage to get it props, because there's a lot more going on behind the scenes of like jank camera placement than you might imagine. But this is going to have to do. It's not super stable, but it'll have to do. There you go. You can kind of see what's going on. So first thing we're going to do is take the exhaust off now that I got it all hot. Thank you to the cardboard from the exhaust for giving me a place to lay down. I appreciate it. So I'm going to spray this thing with PB Blaster again, and then I'm going to probably spray the O2 sensor on the bottom because I need to somehow get that out as well. That's going to be interesting. And then impact. Thank you, DeWalt. Not sponsored. This thing is ridiculously strong though. So hopefully I can get those bolts off without breaking them. And if I have to break them, I think I have extras with my kit. Hopefully. Let's see if this works. A little bit of soaking on there. Hopefully that helps. And a little bit of soaking on there too. Unfortunately, I am going under there after I did this, which was Not my most intelligent move, but okay. Let's see what it looks like underneath. I haven't been under this car in ages. So my main objective right now is to figure out what the size of the bolts are without hurting myself. Let's check out under the car. I'm going to take you with me. Phone cam activate. Oh. Okay, we got exhaust and a little bit of rust. It's not too bad. I know that looks like a rust hole, but that is a normal hole, a drain hole, I guess. It's pretty rusty under here. It's not great. You might even be able to see my hand now. Oh. Breaking the fourth wall. But everything's kind of, it is what it is. So the mufflers and stuff are going to be, well, the resonator and such is replacing that, and then there's two mufflers at the back. So this car actually has a fairly extensive exhaust system. And I think it's been butchered at one point because of this whole thing here. So replacing this should get us some juice, some power. Now I was smelling fuel, and one of the reasons I wanted to come under here was to see if there's a fuel leak, but I don't see much going on other than just rust, which reminds me, safety glasses are important, boys. Don't get any of this garbage in your eyes. That's fairly dry, except for this, which is obviously just the blaster I just sprayed. But it looks pretty dry, so not bad. Getting this exhaust out is going to be a fun little challenge. And then putting the new one in is also going to be fun. I don't have a lift. We're doing it on the ground. We're doing it live. Okay, let's get this thing off here. This one. Let me figure out what size that is. Hi, it's me. Now you actually get to look at me. Let's see how this goes. Downpipe coming off in just a couple minutes here. And it looks like there was an exhaust mount on the oil pan, but she is gone. Goner. 16 should fit. It feels like it wants to fit. 17? Oh, man, she's so crusty. I need a hammer. I'll be right back. Okay, this is a good opportunity to test out my new soft and hard blow hammer. She's a both. I don't want to damage my sockets, but it has to get on. 11/16 definitely seems to fit. So we're gonna go with that and put this away and then gun it. DeWalt style. By the way, this is a DCF 891. It's not the big boy, but it's just a 1/2 inch impact. I think it's rated 600 foot-pounds. It's not crazy, but it does the trick for what I need it for. Highly recommend getting one of these if you don't have one already. Yes, okay. She's coming off now. Let's do it. Oh. It's just spinning on the nut. It's totally spinning. Curses, man. Oh, jeez. Boys, you missed it, but I actually got it out. I managed to get out one bolt. She ain't coming back from that. It's hard to tell, but it's gone. It is completely gone. I guess that's to be expected, but that also means that I'm gonna have a very hard time putting anything back into this. So I might have to run to the hardware store and get some bolts, and maybe we'll do nuts on the back instead of whatever threads are in the catalytic converter. Or I can try and figure out the thread pitch of this absolutely destroyed bolt and see what I can do with that. But I managed to get it out, and that by itself is a massive win. So let me do the other one, and I will get back to you with the results with a little bit of phone cam. Here's that bolt, by the way, just phone camera. That is actually the stud out of the catalytic converter. You can see the threads on it are toast. I was trying to take that nut off, and I managed to take the entire stud out because, as you can see, that sucker is frozen good. she ain't coming off the right way. Now, just got to do the second one. I can drop the exhaust at least somewhat, and yeah, get going here. Boys, phone cam, I can't believe it. Look at that. The nut came off this time, and the stud stayed. So we need to restud this side. That other stud is toast, but this one seems to be good. I'm shocked. And the exhaust dropped down a little bit, which means it should pop off. I mean, unless this connection is important. And there might be, I think the O2 sensor is right there. Actually, I should PB blaster that sucker because I'm gonna have to take it off. But yeah, O2 sensor is right there, so we need to take that off. And there's some hangers on that. I think that's like a mid muffler or resonator back there, but gotta get those off too. Man, actual progress today. I am shocked. I'm so happy. Boys, as I just showed you, bolt out and stuck in the socket, but we'll worry about that in a bit. I am elated because this means we actually made some progress today. I almost hit my phone with that hammer. That would have been great. Which means the exhaust can be dropped. You might not be able to see it. Oh, it's crunchy. Wow. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna have to find a new stud. And oh, yikes. Wow, that's crispy. Okay, let's get some PB blaster on that O2 sensor, and then we'll be back to getting the alternator out, I think. This car is, what can I say? If this was a California car, this would be totaled because of rust. There is no chance that people down there would put up with this. But for here, this sucker is mint. This is clean. Oh, I'm so happy. The exhaust. Okay, let's do it. That O2 sensor, by the way, looks like it's been welded in. I am not confident that I can get that out easily. And the position of it is horrible. So I may end up cutting the exhaust because I'm not reusing this crappy stock junk. Like somebody welded this horribly. And then hopefully can get a better angle on it or something. I may end up undoing it and then just getting a new one. They can't be that expensive. This car is ancient. Okay, famous last words. Let's get this alternator out. Boys, I'm so hyped. I'm gonna be honest with you on the phone cam. Dropping the exhaust did actually not give me very much clearance of this. Dropping the cat, which would basically mean taking off the manifold because it's one piece, would actually give me some room. But I'm noticing now that that doesn't do very much for me, and I am sad. I could probably just replace the whole exhaust now. I mean, do we need a rear O2 sensor? But as it stands, I don't think this really does anything. Let's try again on the old alternator. See if I can't just get this sucker out. Really, it needs to come out like yesterday, so let's do it. Hey, it's me on the phone cam again. Let me just show you what we're up against here. This is an interesting little scenario that I put myself in. Turning things around, we got obviously those bolts out. Thank you, Lord, for that. Now, the thing I need to get out is up there. You can actually see it like right there on the alternator. That's the tough one. And then coming over this way, sliding underneath the car. I do have wheel chocks in, by the way, because I don't want to die. I'm not keen on dying this fine day, but we have the plug for the O2 sensor, and the O2 sensor itself is right there. Hopefully you can see that and is able to zoom on it. This thing is like terrible and wiggly, but that still seems to be decent, so I'm okay, I think, to remove it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to unplug it from there, and then I'm going to take off those over there, and that'll let me drop the exhaust down quite a bit. And I might just jack the car up at the back, put the ramps on it, and then take the mufflers off too, just to get it done. I am kind of changing my mind here. I wanted to get the alternator, but now I'm thinking exhaust, because the exhaust is not actually in the way, but we'll see. With this pipe gone here, it might be easier to get at that other bolt. That's the hope. As the car cools off though, this exhaust isn't hot anymore. And now I should have a better chance at getting that off. And then those, as previously mentioned. This is turning into a productive day. I'm very pleased. But I got to take these rubber grommets off of this pipe here. And I have done this before on my Infiniti. I remember struggling so much with this. I struggled and struggled and struggled, but best way, just gas the heck out of them with lubrication. I'm using Crown, but this is what I have. It's basically WD-40. And then when you think you've lubed it up, do it again. I have a ton of this stuff, so who cares if I end up using a little more of it. We're gonna have to do this on the mufflers at the back too, so just one other step here. Now, you should be able to jiggle this thing free. And there is a tool for it where it just presses it off, but I don't have it. So we're gonna have to do this the harder-ish way. Jeez, I hate this stuff so much. I think I'm gonna have to get some kind of tool for this in the future. If I end up doing more exhausts, then I am not doing this by hand because it's just such a pain in the butt. And my plan at the moment is to take the whole exhaust off in one piece. That may or may not be a good plan. It might be a bad plan. There's only one way to find out, I guess. BRB, I need some tools. So I have two ideas for this. There's two potential things that I think might work. One, I got a clamp. I don't know if you can see any of what I'm doing right now. And two, I got these, it's just pliers, it's just like plumbing pliers. I don't want to damage the rubber too badly. I need these hangers to be intact, but like, it's got to come off, so you do what you got to do. Boys, if you're enjoying this video, then please like and subscribe to this channel. I am hoping to be able to do more stuff like this in the future, but I am not making any money on this stuff. It's all just a passion project. I shouldn't say any. I mean, these videos make $1 or $2, but like, this stuff ain't paying for itself yet. And when it does, I'll be able to do a lot more. I hate these things with such a passion. I might jump off a cliff or 3. Last time I ended up just cutting them. I got so frustrated I just cut these. And I might have another one actually, so that may end up being an option here. Yes! 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 Get off of there, you stupid piece of garbage. Oh, yes. Yes! Oh, man, you're just listening to the audio of this, aren't you? Calm yourself. Yes! Yes! Oh, thank the Lord. One more. I hate exhaust and I wanna die. I just got a cab back. My heart is racing, thinking suicide. I just got a cab back. I got my cab back. I got my cab back. Yes! Oh, yes! Oh my goodness, the exhaust just fell off. And then the front fell off. And look at that, there's the O2 sensor right there. Oh man, that's so good. Okay, we just got to do mufflers. I don't know if I can do those from down here. I may have to get the car jacked up and we can pull the exhaust out. Let's take a look. Okay, let me see. Where the heck are the mounts under this car? I can't even get my hand under there. Okay, there's one right here. That one shouldn't be too bad. This is a giant rust thing down here that is barely there of the floor. I see another mount right here. I think I can get these ones off fairly simply. But I noticed on the aftermarket that there's one muffler that has a tie at the back, and I think it's this side that you're looking at right now, this side. So if that one gets stuck, that will be interesting and probably a little difficult to get off. That being said, let's get the lubrication out. There we go. That's so rusty and bad. I think I see the other one back in there. it's pretty deep in there. So this is going to be a challenge. I don't know what I'm going to do about that yet. We'll get there when we get there. So in my infinite wisdom, which is infinitely lacking, I noticed, I'm like, wait a second, we have this exhaust dangling around on the ground, right? We got this muffler, which is currently stuck up in position here. Way too much. How the heck am I supposed to get all that around the axle? Because if you look, the exhaust routes over top of the axle with a Y pipe here, and then you can kind of see right there that there's an attachment point, and that attachment point is kind of hard to get to, but that's what I need to get to take this whole setup off. So I have messed up somewhat. I mean, I could still take these things off, but I have to somehow get that off. And now I have to make a choice. Am I going to just cut it, which is the easy way, and then not use this exhaust again, even though it's still, I mean, it's still decent. I don't know what I'm going to use it for, but should I just cut it, or should I try and get it off? Because it looks pretty gross. I don't know about that one, guys. Either way, I got to somehow get this sucker off. What are we going to do about that? Phone cam activate. Would you look at there? That's exhaust dropped, boys. On this side, there are two hangers. There's one there, and it's the same on the other side, but I noticed the aftermarket, I believe one of them is missing, so that's kind of unfortunate, but you can see the full extent of the rust on this bad boy, especially whatever this is. That is flaky. Very, very flaky. Anyways, I looked at that thing closer, the connection, and there are no nuts to take off. I don't know how to take it off, and so I am going to cut it off. And if I really have to use this exhaust again, I will weld another flange to it and do it again. But boys, home stretch, exhaust almost off the car. Let's get it done. I had to do the same thing on that side. Honestly, this back one, so tough. I had to get the jack under this side, get it up in the air, and then I had a technique where I was lubing it up, twisting it off, and I finally got it. Definitely not the ideal tool. If I did exhaust more often, then you got to get the right tools for the job, but it's there. Now, the major restriction in this exhaust is right there. That Y pipe is trash, but it's factory, so that's what they did at the beginning of the run for these cars. Like, this thing only makes 140 horsepower. It's not crazy. We're gonna juice that up crazily at some point, not right now, but bolt-ons for now. Then we're doing an engine swap. Let's not get too crazy though. Cutting first, BRB. What's this thing sound like? Open catalytic converter. So no muffler, no resonator, no pipes, dumping straight into the ground right here. I just want to hear what this sounds like briefly, because we're running out of batteries on my camera. But it's gonna be good, right? Let's hear it. Tiburon, what have they done with you? What is this car? What is this thing? Okay, let's get an actual exhaust on it before I get arrested. Hey there, it's a new day. I'm another day older, another day wiser. And I'm here to report to you that something else is broken on this car, because look at this. There seems to be something missing here on the driver's side door. Apparently the car alarm was going off on this, and I wasn't here, and my father-in-law tried to open it. Admittedly, I already broke the door like 2 years ago, or I broke the handle 2 years ago, and now he has broken it further. So not only is this side getting a new mirror, it's also getting a new handle. This is very frustrating, but thankfully it's not that big a deal. We can fix this. Just add it to the list of things that need to be done on this car. There's way too much junk. This thing is a piece of garbage. Why am I even working on it? Anyway, let's get the rest of the exhaust off. Just look at the sad state this car is in. The exhaust is on the ground, not taken off, because I went and cut it a little bit too far up, too far forward, instead of on the actual flange. And now I'm regretting it because I have to go ahead and cut it again to get it off. More work, because of course, but I have the other section off. We got to get the O2 sensor out of it, alternator, and then when that's all done, new exhaust can be put on. I'm pretty darn hyped. I can't do anything loud right now because my daughter is sleeping, but I'm excited. Now I need some opinions on this because there is a black plastic trim piece down here and I'd like to remove it. Let me see if I can get you a better look. Yeah, you can see that trim piece there. I mean, that's where the exhaust would usually be, like the cutouts are right here. Hopefully that's obvious on camera, but cutouts are here. This used to be up in there, just like that. And now obviously it ain't, but I'm thinking about taking this thing clean off and just letting the new ones kind of hang out free. I've been thinking about that for a while and I am undecided. It doesn't seem too difficult to remove. At the end of the day, if nothing else, it's a little bit of weight reduction, but I don't know. I haven't decided on an overall style for this car yet. Are we doing rally? Are we doing race? Some combination of the two? Is it just going to be a street car? I don't know. Will this thing ever be back on the road? There's a lot of questions right now. There is one quirk about this camera that is unfortunate, and that is that it overheats pretty easily. So it's in the shade, and I'm abusing the zoom function to get good shots here, so it doesn't overheat while it's just sitting. But anyway, I'm gonna cut the exhaust in a funky way because it needs to come off, and like at this point, who cares? It's just going in my scrap metal pile, and I might keep the tips for something else, but let's get it cut, and at least then it won't be dragging on the ground when I have to pull this car back into its spot for the week, because I'm not going to be able to work on this. Victory! One down, one to go. Oh, it's almost there. I can feel it. You're not gonna believe this. 3 blades later. Finally. Oh man. And I think I've decided to keep this for now. I'll see how I feel about it with the new tips, but for now, this thing is holding the bottom of the bumper on. So if I take this off, I have to like make mounts for this. So I don't really want to do that, and therefore it's gonna stay. Eventually I'd like to just cut this straight across, maybe at the license plate line, just boom, see how that goes. But for now, let's just get this small pipe out and be done with this garbage. I'm so done with old exhaust. There we go. Oh. Thank you, Lord. She's done. Finally. Man, oh man. I was about to jump off a cliff there. So I did all that to avoid getting this off. I don't know if you can actually see what I'm looking at here, but there's basically no chance that was coming off. So with the old exhaust out, let's be honest, I shouldn't really be working on this. I need to, before we even do anything, fix that wiring. Obviously alternator's huge. And then I need to take the O2 sensor out of the old one. But because I need a win, I need something, just a little bit. I am going to take these silencers off of the new exhaust, and I'm going to read the instructions wherever I put them. Hopefully, good. Instructions are here, and gaskets and stuff are here as well. So with these instructions and gaskets and hardware, grade 8.8, I believe. Hopefully it actually works. We're going to do a lot of anti-seize when I put this together. There's no getting around that. But reading the instructions, oh wait, there are no instructions. This is just a warranty pamphlet. Never mind, I will just have to figure it out myself. It shouldn't be that bad. Okay, silencer's out, and then we'll keep going. Boys, we have an issue, I think. Obviously this thing came with no instructions, which is to be expected, but now that I look at it closer, I'm like, hold on a second. So here's the picture online, right? We got our mufflers. You can see them down here. All good. Now, crossover pipe. That makes sense. I'm looking at this though, and I don't, it's not zooming. Or focusing, I mean. I don't see how this connects to the cat, because the cat is a, it needs like an up angle to get into it. It needs one of these. Whereas this, now that I look at it closer, is just straight in. I'll show you the actual pipe. It seems to think, and let me get this closer. This end here should go right into the cat, but I don't think it will, because again, the cat is, it faces down, like the cat faces like this. So somehow I need a piece of pipe that'll go from here to this. So my first thought was like, okay, this with the O2 bong, I mean, that makes sense to be pretty close. There's a resonator, and here's this part here, all good. But what about, thought maybe this would be the right piece for it? Like, this is the only down section, but it kind of slopes pretty far. So if it's down, then it's down like this, I guess. But that's like, it drops. That drops really far. Whereas here, let me get the stock. Okay, stock pipe. It's heavy. I don't want to hold it for too long. You can see what I mean though. This is the part that comes off the cat, and it's a downturn. It goes like this. So I know it's hackeried. It's majorly hackeried in there, and this like piece is also majorly hackeried, but I thought that I would be recreating this, and now here I am thinking that my car is not going to have an exhaust anymore. Oh man, we were so close. Let's try and recreate it on the ground here. So there's the old overlaid with the new, and now you can see what I'm talking about. I just don't see how that's going to work. And then you can see my O2 sensor is here, and the O2 sensor on this one is here, which is all fine. That's probably close enough. I would maybe have to extend it, but I'm seeing like this has pieces. Maybe this used to. Then our mid buffer's gone, so we have no mounts there. But the big problem is this. This is the turn up, and this is no turn up here. When it said cat back, I assumed it meant from the cat back. Clearly not, because we're going to be missing exhaust pieces here. Ah, that sucks. I mean, I can make it work. We're just going to have to do some modification. So cheap exhaust, you get what you pay for, I guess. You get what you pay for. My disappointment is immeasurable, and my day is ruined. Well, not really. We have other things to fix, but this is just unfortunate. Anyway, boys, learn the tough lessons today. Let's maybe I'll put the mufflers in just so I feel better. I want to clip them onto that cross piece, and then sort of just put it over the axle, and at least have them hanging in. I'll do it in two parts, I think. We'll do the Y pipe with the mufflers, and then this pipe that continues on. But this is just not going to work. I don't know what's up with this. Maybe this isn't stock. Maybe my system is just flawed, and there's supposed to be a band here. I wouldn't be surprised, but then that's not cat back, because this I took directly off of the cat. So thank you, Amazon. And let's try and fix this. Just wanted to jump in the phone cam just to show you what I mean. So I have to look up the Tiburon stock exhaust to see if there's hangers here, but hopefully there are. Otherwise that sucker's going to be freeballing, and the entire rest of the exhaust is going to be hanging off of the headers, which is unideal. So I might have to make my own mounts at some point, but it just seems, I know my exhaust, the stock one here, is not actually stock, because what the heck is that Walker band clamp doing on it? And obviously that piece of garbage there, but it seems like this should match better. I think I'm missing, like I said, I think I'm missing a whole piece. Like this with its O2 sensor. Maybe it goes here. Like that would make a little more sense, but then clearly there's no mounts there for those. So what is that doing? Yeah, so then I'm missing that. And I'm not reusing that, so I'll have to find some steel and a bend and make my own. But until then, this car is not going to be drivable because I have butchered the stock exhaust. I guess I could put this part back and at least have a resonator ×2, or mid-muffler and an O2 sensor, but as it sits, I'm kind of screwed. Anyway, let's fix it. Let's do something. Let's make this better. That looks like it's pretty much in. And I'm also destroyed. Oh, a little bit more centered, I guess, but that's bent. Okay, I'm turning into the Tin Man, BRB. Okay, so I think even after all this work that I've done today, I have failed. I don't think I did everything as I should have done, and obviously there were some mistakes with the exhaust, thinking it was a catback, but clearly it's a not quite catback exhaust, which is unfortunate, and now I'm gonna have to figure it out. Yeah, I will figure it out. I will get it. I will get it right in time. We will find out soon, hopefully, if I can fix that. But I want to end this video here so that you can actually see it and watch it in decent time and not have to wait 2 months. Because it takes me ages to make these videos. Even though this is over the course of 2 days, I very rarely get 2 days to just make stuff. So yeah, this is a rarity. But anyways, I got to clean up. I got to get inside. Let me show you what the new exhaust looks like, just so you can see it. Obviously, it's not aligned at all, and it's in fact horribly aligned. I got to do some work on that to get it nice. And it's not tight. I did not tighten the mufflers down, so if any of the bolts fall out, we're going to be having to find new ones. But I got to move this car back into its spot and get everything else cleaned up for the week. So yeah, boys, still got a lot of work to do. I think I'm going to have to make custom exhaust mounts for that exhaust. I don't think it's going to work as is, so I have to do a hanger on it of my own design, my own welding, and yeah, almost there, almost done. I mean, not really. Still got to do the alternator and all that other stuff, and now the door handle. But I appreciate you guys watching this video. If you liked it, be sure to like it and subscribe for more stuff like this and more automation too. This channel is now a bit of a hybrid, so I'm doing both. Until then, guys, thank you for watching. Too much talking. I'll see you again soon. Peace. Oh, exhaust. Check this out. Yes, sir. Look at, that's pretty darn good. I mean, it will be when it's done. This one sticks out too much. Also, I don't like the way that rattles around, but yeah, plastic or no plastic, I need to know. I need some opinions.